Hello and welcome to this belated recap of day 3 in the Apple River case, where another day full of witnesses who mostly came out of group 2, the group that came up there with Madison, the girl who went over, started pushing Mr. Mew. The first one was Tony Anthony Carlson. His his testimony was, it seemed kind of like, I don't know if it's wrong to say, but like he kind of, all of the people for group 2 kind of seems like they're trying to protect someone, because it clearly was their group that was aggressive towards Mr. Mew. I don't know if that's enough to warrant self-defense. We have to wait for the jury. But all of these people were the one who started punching and pushing Mr. Mew around. He was were going over there to try and make peace, as all of them have said. He was intoxicated. He told Mr. Mew to walk away, and then there was made a hole in him. He never saw Madison get punched and don't remember anything. He was intoxicated, and he has a disease. When he has a seizure, he will have blackouts, and he felt like a seizure was coming out. So he doesn't remember anything other than when people tell him about it, his memory kind of comes back, which probably isn't the best thing to say as a witness. Never saw anything, don't know if anyone hit a woman. He punched Mr. Mew. But then after watching the video, he changed that statement. He remembered how he separated everyone, and then he just tapped Mr. Mew on the back, and then he turned around. And the problem is, you can clearly see he's pushing Mr. Mew in the video. And again, he just remembers when he's told something. And he also went with the thing from group 2 where they heard people screaming for help. And he just went over to help Dante. The next person who was on the stand was Riley Madison. She was drinking, doing drugs. She said the group that looked uncomfortable. That's another thing group 2 talks a lot about. She saw Madison get punched. She got a hole in her side. Doesn't remember anything. Didn't think she had been stabulated. Thought she would die. Remember what they asked her. So she didn't remember much either. And she only pushed him on the shoulder, is what she says. But in the video, you can see that she's one of the people who helps put him down the first time. And she was drinking a lot, don't remember things, only remember bits and pieces, and all of that is blurry. Talked about it with other people to try and remember, to fill the gaps. She didn't tell the police she saw Maddie was punched, but she saw Maddie was punched, and never saw the video before court, is what they claimed. And again, they thought the boy group looked uncomfortable. She can't remember anything she said. Madison might have yelled at her, and then she joined in to do it. She did put her hands on him, and she saw the video a lot, but she just said she never saw the video. Her statements were all over the place, and she wasn't good on cross. Let's just say that. Then the next person who came up was, besides the guy who isn't here anymore, is the guy with the most severe injury. That's AJ. AJ is the guy in the yellow trunks holding in his. He was sliced from the groin to his chest. He claimed that he saw Madison being pulled in the hair and then punched in the face. And he was just going over there to try and help people out. He did say Mew was surrounded and thought he doesn't know much because he lost a lot of blood. Don't think he touched him, but you can clearly see in the video he is the guy who pushes him down into the water. And then he was asked, "Did you see your brother punching him?" And he said, "No, because my hair was wet and was in my face, so I didn't see anything." He has seen the video multiple times, and claims that he can see that Mr. Mew was pulling Madison's hair. He think Mr. Mew started everything, didn't feel the water when he pushed him down. He didn't feel he went underwater because he couldn't feel the water on his arms. And all of a sudden, he didn't remember anything, and he just tried to keep him down to make sure that the kids weren't hurt. It was a weird testimony. He again, everyone from group 2 kind of seems like they want to mitigate all they did, probably because if he's not convicted, there could be some, I don't know if there could be some civil suits, because that group clearly is the aggressors towards Mr. Mew, and they come up there without, yeah, they really don't have anything to do with it. Then we had this lady on the stand, and I'm going to kill her last name, Karasa Pand or something. She was also a part of group 2. She was one of the first ones at the scene. She also heard, like everyone else in group 2, someone calling for help. Maddie was just telling him to leave. Then she saw Madison get hit in the face. Didn't see the video before last month, and didn't know Mr. Mew. She was one of the people calling 911. Didn't see any of the holes being made. And then on cross, she admitted that Madison was the one who was aggressive. It wasn't Mr. Mew. Mr. Mew didn't do anything. Maddie was in his face. In her police interview, she told the police that he had smacked her with his left hand. Now it's hitting her with a cross with the right hand. That's another one who changed the testimony about how she was hit. Mr. Mew was alone, and anything her group did, no, I can't remember anything from that one. Didn't see the knife. He never threatened anyone with the knife. So again, all our group did, I don't know. He was the one doing the holes, and yeah, it's the same story over and over again from this group. We don't know nothing. We don't say nothing. We don't hear nothing. Then we had Sandra Mew. She's been divorced for about 2 weeks from Mr. Mew. Not because they don't like each other. She was asked to understand they still love each other, but because of financial reasons. She inserted spousal privilege for all the conversations he had there that was private. But she didn't know anything. She was with a group of people. She knew some of them. It was a mixed group, the Mew group. She wears hearing aids, so she didn't have those in, so she couldn't hear anything. Told the court that Nicolay had the knife because she told him to bring it to cut some string, because another person from the group had called them and said, you better bring a knife. She thought he had left it at the scene. The reason he had goggles and a snorkel was because she talked about people losing jewelry at the river, and he wanted to go look for some of it. So she was more or less a good witness for the defense, even though the state brought her. And her testimony was kind of that she didn't see anything other than she saw Nick calling for help. And she asked 2 of the people from their group to go over there and help Nick out. So again, kind of a wasted witness. And those those are kind of the problems I have had with the last 2 days. There's a lot of wasted time with the witnesses. Then we have Larion Davis, who was on the river, took a video of some of it. All of it is in Discord. He was standing up, taking a selfie, Snapchat something of his girl because she had an attitude. Then saw something was happening in the background and went turned around and saw what happened. He tried to transfer the video, but because it was from an Apple to an Android product, some of it was lost. The problem is he made some statements to the police that was so crazy, because he saw the guy who did it come out of the bushes on the side of the river with a hat on, with a long shirt on. We have seen the video. The guy is in shorts and a bare belly. He just couldn't keep his story straight. He claims he can't remember anything today, but the interview he gave a month ago, he remembered everything. And he saw the guy running into the bushes after. We know he didn't do that because he walked back to his group. So it was just such a weird statement. And he was just filming because his woman had an attitude. And he said that he was just drinking and stuff. So another one who might have been into the MJ, and he paid close attention to what happened, but didn't pay close attention. It was, yeah, he was funny to listen to, but it didn't have much to do with the trial. Then we had Serena Lowell, who was former girlfriend of Q, the dad from Group 2. And she wasn't drinking because she's a recovering alcoholic. She heard screams for help. Again, back to the list. Saw him punch Madison in the face, but didn't see the punch because people were in front of her. She hadn't seen the video, but she saw that Dandy pushed him at least 3 times. She got the order of when it happened wrong, but still, she was very, very confrontational with the defense. But she saw everything, but then admitted my line of sight was blocked. And according to her, when they heard the group call for help, Mr. Mew was standing holding the tubes for the kids. Again, we've seen the video. He is 60-something feet away from them. She was at least 130 feet away when she heard stuff go down. Madison told her to go. Didn't know where Mr. Mew's group was, but she's the only one saying Madison wasn't in his face. Madison didn't touch him. We know that from the video. We know that from testimony that she did. Riley didn't touch him. Again, we know that from the video. Again, the Q2 group or the group 2 always sounds like they have someone they want to protect. She claimed that police took photos of Madison's face because there was injuries. She saw everything very, very, very clearly, just not in any way like the video shows. But those police photos have never been recovered. And when we get to day 4, all the police officers were there yesterday. There is no photos. Again, the reason why she remembers things differently is because the details in the questions are there's more details in the questions today, and again, she didn't see anything because her view was obstructed, but she clearly saw Madison had been hit on the right side of her face, which everyone else is claiming was the left side of her face. The last witness was Eric Van Williams. He was a member of Nick's group. He knew someone had lost their phone. He didn't really know Nick that well. He saw some commotion, went over there to to try and help. He had a fear that Nick went down the river because people could see him as a predator. I don't know why you have that fear, but he didn't see Nick as a predator, didn't think anything bad about Nick, but he was just, you know how young people are, and he he ended by saying that they had an agreement to stay away from young kids because he was afraid of what drunk young kids could do, because young men want to test us. And he went down with Ernesto and walked Nick back. So day 3, a lot of people from group 2 who all do not remember anything bad really that group 2 did. Funny how that is. And how did day 3 go? In my opinion, again, I think defense is way better. The problem is the guy who's not Zarowski talks way too much, just like me. I'm going to end this now and hope I'll see you back for recap 4 or the live stream of day 5. See you later.